firefighter named Hong jumps out from a burning building to save a civilian's life, but his rope is burned by the raging heat, and he falls quickly onto the ground without landing on the safety cushion. He wakes up and sees two people in suits smiling towards him. Hong has trouble taking all this information in and walks away, but his body begins to levitate towards the giant portal. He continues shouting about seeing his mother. The group arrives in a different dimension and meet the Guardian leader called Rim. The leader congratulates Hong on being a paragon, but the man looks away and declines, stating that he's not a good person at all. Hong arrives on a stadium where a giant pit filled with lava opens up, and the prosecutors accuse him of not saving one of his colleagues when he had the chance to do so. Rim defends the man by requesting to closer examine on what really happened at the incident. Although Hong has won the first hearing, he is greatly affected by the reminder of his colleague's death. He demands to know why the Guardians are helping him, but they have their own agendas. The judge was so moved by Han 39's contributions that she ordered the prosecutors to immediately build a statue in honor of the Paragon, but changed her verdict when she heard that Hong wanted to live his life so fully because he wanted to support his mother who was sick. The group boards the boat, but is pursued by numerous monsters. Make is forced to defend the ship alone, but strikes a large stone pillar that causes the rocks to fall, finally saving them from the monsters' pursuit. Rim visits Hong's family to find out the truth about what happened, but the evil aura manages to avoid his attacks and knocks the Guardian away, leaving Rim looking desperately for his prey. The Guardian follows the trail to a military base, where he notices the captain talking about Sue and referring to him as a deserter. The captain begins blackmailing the Guardian out of fear. Hong is being questioned by the goddess of deceit, but Rim is able to connect to his team through telepathy and argue for Hong's actions, as he did all this in order to provide others a reason to live on. Rim lies to Hong and tells him that his families are doing fine, but informs the team about the truth regarding Hong's brother. Rim goes back in time and sees that Dong shot Sue by accident and buried him alive. Hong has arrived in the hell of injustice, where people are frozen for years in order to pay for their crime of not helping others. Thankfully, his profession as a firefighter means that he will not be judged here and can move on safely. Rim is able to capture the vengeful spirit in a nightclub by setting a trap and tying him onto a building using a magical rope. But the spirit screams in rage and breaks free by creating a massive shockwave. Dong has given the location of the body to Sue's mother, unable to bear with the guilt any longer. The vengeful spirit goes to Rim and tells the Guardian that he has decided to forgive Dong. Hong and Mek fall into a giant hole in the hell of violence, but Hong is able to save the girl from the crash, just like before he died. The trial of violence begins, and Hong is accused of beating up his brother in high school. The judge decides quickly that Hong is guilty of violence towards his own family and plans to send him into a pit where people are constantly hit by rocks as punishment. The Guardians quickly learn that Hong tried to kill his own mother using a pillow, and that he felt extremely guilty afterwards. They become hopeless, and Rim is trying to bring Sue towards his body so that the spirit can finally begin the journey towards reincarnation as well. When they arrive at the military camp, Sue's mother begs the soldiers to bring her son's body, but the captain of the army rips her signs into pieces and pushes her onto the ground, causing her to faint. Sue becomes engulfed in rage and turns into a giant tornado, killing everyone. The trial of Hong begins at the other end as King Yeomra himself decides to be the judge for the case. He is charged with attempting to murder his own mother and beating his brother in such a desperate time. A voice begins speaking to Hong's mother, and she apologizes for not being able to provide for her children. Hong's mother has forgiven her son a long time ago, and the king decides to not charge Hong for his crimes. Rim brings Sue as their 49th reincarnation, and they arrive inside the hell of filial impiety in front of numerous demons.